Alrighty, everyone. This is meteorologist Timmy Albertson here with you guys for a quick little weather chat as we are a little bit late starting this evening here, as sometimes has been the case on Tuesdays, interestingly enough. Alrighty, everyone. With that in mind, yesterday we were talking about an area of low pressure that's likely going to be developing out across the central part of the U.S. as we go over the next couple of days. So let's go ahead and without any further ado, let's take a look over at the surface chart here, and we'll take a little bit of a look at what's happening. And long story short, we still have our area of low pressure over the Ontario-Quebec border. Of course, it is a little bit weakened off. It's a little bit weaker now than it was this time yesterday, but the upper level low associated with it is still hanging around. But the main thing that we were looking at was another trough, upper level trough, that's going to be working its way off the Pacific coast and into the Rocky Mountains, eventually kind of developing more into a kind of closed upper level low. And that's going to allow for an area of low pressure to develop down at the surface. Now, we won't go into as much detail as we did last night. So if you want to know a little bit more about, kind of the development process of this low pressure, make sure you watch last night's weather chat here. But basically, this is our guy down here all the way in eastern Colorado. Now, it doesn't look like much, and right now it's not necessarily the strongest area of low pressure. But if we took a look back at the upper level chart here, whoop, there we go. You can see we have a kind of a little bit of some higher winds, upper level winds that are increasing off the Pacific coast and into parts of the Rocky Mountain areas. Again, that's kind of an area where we see upper level divergence happening, and that's good news if you are an area of low pressure at the surface. So our area of low pressure being here down at the surface, well, we now have some upper level air that's going to be beginning to diverge even more so over that particular area. So that is going to help that area of low pressure at the surface to develop. We'll take kind of a quick little look over here at the weather predictions chart, just because it's the easiest to show right now. And long story short, us here at AWSC, we got our own forecasts here, but for simplicity purposes, it's just kind of easy to show this map here. But overall, kind of generally expecting somewhat of the same thing. Now, our upper level low is working its way off, will be working its way. Excuse me, let me try this again. Our upper level trough, boy, I am all over the place tonight, aren't I? All right, the upper level trough is going to continue to push its way into the Pacific coast as we go through the overnight tonight and into the day tomorrow. There's our area of low pressure as we head into tomorrow morning, tracking its way through parts of western Kansas and western Nebraska. As we head our way into the evening hours tomorrow, that area of low pressure begins to intensify a bit more. And we're going to be seeing a process known as some overrunning occurring with that. Now, there's already going to be some rain showers and even some snow showers back out across parts of the higher elevations of the mountains associated with that upper level low as it makes its way through. And then we can see this right here is our area of low pressure as we head into the day on Thursday, tracking its way through the central part of the United States. But there is a high pressure up toward the north that's likely going to maybe be a little bit stronger. And that area of high pressure is going to prevent this low pressure from trying to move to the northeast. Again, low pressures are not the dominant feature in weather, high pressures are. So the high pressures always have control. They always get the right of way there. So low pressures have no choice but to go around it. So what happens as we go into Thursday night? You can see that low pressure kind of intensifies a little bit more. And then as we head into the day on Friday, we'll likely be seeing that low pressure really begin to intensify a little bit more as it tries to work its way into Iowa. Now, again, we still have that kind of tight pressure gradient that's expected with that, so probably going to be seeing some windy conditions across Minnesota and parts of South Dakota and Nebraska as we go into the day on Friday. But one interesting thing here to keep in mind, if we back up here and take a look as we go into Thursday afternoon, we are going to have kind of a little bit of a setup where we could maybe see a couple strong storms across parts of eastern Kansas and southeastern Nebraska. Right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be a big severe weather outbreak, but there probably will be at least a few strong storms pretty much right around this area here, right out ahead of that low pressure and that cold front. So all things considered, everyone, told you it was going to be a very quick update, and that was certainly a very quick update. Let's take one quick look here over at the radar. As mentioned, things are pretty quiet for the most part across a good portion of the United States, save for a nice little hurricane down the Atlantic Ocean right now. Category 4, they're getting ready to make landfall. But you can see, of course, that'll quickly weaken off there. But Other than that, not really a whole lot going on at the surface, at least across most of North America, save for those rain showers associated with that upper level trough. It's working its way off the Pacific. Again, seeing a few little rain showers out across Seattle going down towards the Portland area. And again, we are going to be seeing the possibility for some precipitation in this pretty much general area over the next couple of days. And eventually that rain will spread out across parts of the central U.S. as that low pressure does move through. All righty, everyone. So a little bit of a haphazard weather chat for you there, but all things considered, told you it was going to be a very quick one, and for once, it was a quick one. All right, everyone. We'll go more in detail of everything as we head into tomorrow evening. We'll take another look at this system and everything else. We'll even take another look over at the tropics. We could have maybe another system trying to develop, but we'll take more of a look at that and everything else coming up for tomorrow's weather chat. So make sure you tune in for that. Hopefully that one will be a little bit earlier, but it will certainly be more detailed. Hope you all have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow evening. Take care, everyone.